Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So playing Blocklords. Blocklords is now available in its open beta. You can download it from the Epic Game Store, PC game. I played quite a lot of the community beta, so that was a few months ago. And obviously broadly the game is sort of the same, very resource management heavy, but there's sort of quite a lot of depth in there that wasn't there in the community beta, which I've not really, to be fair, got that much into. But let's quickly run through what's going on. So this is my village. So basically you create these different buildings. They all have different abilities, and you have a sort of set of squads, they call them, and they have different abilities as well. So there's a whole bunch I've got here. So villagers just sort of do a bit of everything, not very well. Builders build things and repair things. You have miners who obviously do mining stuff, work with stone, lumberjacks, hunters, farmers who do farming, cooks, cowherds deal with the cows, militia, don't have those yet. So when you need to buy these, obviously you're spending gold. You can see that my biggest problem at the moment is lack of gold, so I'd probably quite like to buy some hunters because that allows me to start getting meat, which is something I can't access at the moment, but 100 gold is I need, and 68 gold is what I've got. The only way sort of to get gold really is to you do get gold for, so there's missions that come up that you can earn gold from, but the sort of direct way of doing it is you go to the marketplace. So this is a new UI compared to the community beta, but it's still very restrictive. So interesting, I guess, for a blockchain game. This is sort of, and these aren't blockchain elements, I should say. There's no blockchain in this at the moment, just a pure Web 2 game. So we can see here there's certain things you can buy or sell. So the S is sell and the B is buy. These things sort of change every day. So at the moment I can sell meat, which obviously I can't access because I haven't got any hunters. Milk, which I have 2 of. So I need to sell 160 to get 10 gold. I know, to get 38. Is that right? 38 gold. Yeah. I need to sell 100 breads to get 40 gold. I've only got 45 gold. And the things I've got a lot of, like stone, I can buy, which I don't really want to do. So I'm basically a little bit stuck. How am I doing for wheat? So I need 200 wheat to get 9 gold, and I've got 119 wheat. So not working out so well for this. And we can sort of see, get an idea what's going on here. So this is sort of daily volume of how much gold is going around. So it looks like quite a lot of gold. These things don't make a lot of sense. The daily winner, I think this is sort of the, I don't know if this is volume or price. Not quite sure. There's a tax going on here. This is for the person who runs this land, the region. Say if you own a expensive NFT, maybe selling for a couple of $1,000, you can sort of set the tax rate and other things. I can't do that because I'm just a little player. And we can see there's also like some limits here as well about cross-region trading. So I think here I'm just trading within my region. Yeah, it says here. It may be as we level up we can sort of trade across regions, but it's sort of yeah, sort of interesting the restrictions here. So I'm a bit stuck on that at the moment. Obviously, what I can do is these resources. Maybe wheat in particular, although you don't get much gold for it. That's the problem. Yeah, so a bit stuck. Obviously, in the early days of games, they sort of have more restrictions on them to see how people are sort of working. And obviously, I'm quite early in the game. If I was much later in the game, I'd be earning lots of resources, so I could sort of generate loads of gold. So there's all that sort of balancing stuff going on. Other interesting things to note, actually, is now there is on this tab here. So this is looking at my buildings. We see some of my buildings need to be repaired. So buildings have health points now. So you can see here, this house has only 80 of 1,000 left, and the foreman's house has 50 of 1,000. So that's not very good. So probably need to sort that out. So we need to probably go and get our builders, and we need to go and select repair. And can we do that? Repair the building. So obviously that's going to cost us some basic wood and stone. So off we go to do that. Let's send that off. The next big thing I need to do, once I've got, assuming I can get my gold, next thing to do is leveling up. So I need to level up my foreman's house. That's sort of something that you see here. Upgrade the foreman's house to level 2, and unfortunately no gold there, but a few more resources, and I think also, yeah, the militia. I don't know what the militia does. Militia farmers, and there we go. So I need to level up the foreman's house in order to unlock the militia. As I say, the militia is going to give me patrol, and also that's it. So I'm not quite sure that's that useful for me at the moment, because I'm still sort of in the very early stages. So where's the NFTs? There are NFTs in here actually. So these are my NFTs. So these are things I've had. These have been out for a while there on Polygon or Immutable X, because the game sort of changed strategy halfway through. It originally did it all on Immutable X and now moved to Polygon. So these are actually used in different ways. So if I choose, have a look. So my villagers here, you can see here there's an empty space. But with my lumberjacks, I've got this character here, so I can sort of I can dismiss this NFT from this squad and apply it to another squad. Don't do that at the moment. So effectively, you can have, at the moment I can have 15. If I had enough gold, I could have 15 squads. So if I was gonna, this sort of boosts the activity of those squads. So if I go back here, actually, this one's probably a better one. So it sort of tells you here, moderately reduces the wood cost of building. If applied to a builder, I suppose. So some NFT stuff there, and also, which is interesting, is I'm going to do it here. We can also assign. They call them heroes, so you can have NFTs here to reduce the tool cost. So I could assign one of my heroes there. So in fact, I think all of these have at least 2 slots. So suddenly there's quite a lot of NFTs. If you given how many buildings I've got here, I mean it's probably over a dozen now. So suddenly you probably have the potential to, even this early in the game, to have 15 per squad, and then probably how many buildings I've got, another, so like 30 NFTs. I mean they're pretty sort of cheap at the moment, a couple of dollars I think at the entry level. But suddenly you've got 30 of those, you're suddenly looking at $100. You don't need NFTs to play it, should point out. I mean that's sort of more, they're more like a sort of a buff, a boost. So you're sort of more efficient in the game. So and I would probably say I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy them at the moment. So it's a very sort of light sort of use of blockchain. I think this is interesting. The Lord token, I don't really know what that is, to be honest, but I assume that's a blockchain token. So when that comes in, that will obviously be a big thing when you have a sort of a crypto token in the game economy, which is probably why they're being quite conservative about even non-crypto currencies, to work out how the economy works, because as soon as you put a cryptocurrency in there, loads of weird stuff happens with speculators trying to come in and break the system, and sort of weird psychology happens. So that's what's going on. I really need to right, I need to be doing some stuff, don't I? So should we do that? Let's so where are my farmers? I need to be doing some grain, so we'll get them. So obviously everything I do here uses some assets. So these are the rewards I'm going to get. It's going to cost me, in this case, these are called tools, and tools are created by the builders. So go here and create some tools. How many have I got? Okay, so we go to this building and create tools. So I'm going to use wood and stone to create tools. So everything is sort of basically built around these sort of fundamentals of wood and stone, and then they can be fashioned into wood plank and stone brick. Tools are part of that. Food could be gathered or created, and then you have these sort of more processed elements. So you have the sort of wheat, which is obviously grown. You have grain, which is the wheat being mashed up in the windmill, milk from cows. You get meat when you kill the cows or go and hunt. Bread made from milk and grain, I think. That's how it all plays out. But the gold is the tricky thing at the moment, which is obviously you can't mine gold. So that's sort of the flywheel, how it works. And I should say, it's, from what I remember, this beta is sort of much slower actually than the community beta went quite quickly. It was a time limited thing, and there was a much more of these sort of season rewards. No season rewards at the moment, and that was a really good way of getting a lot of gold. So I think they're sort of testing out the sort of pure gameplay when you're just starting in and basically grinding. Interestingly, I should point out as well, this sort of is an idle game, but it's an idle game as long as the client is on. So if I switch this game off now, nothing will happen. And if I log back into the game, or it's a PC client, when I start the game again, everything will start from scratch. So it's not like an idle game where you sort of let it go for an hour and then come back and see what's happened. You have to always have it on, which is obviously, again, makes it a little bit more difficult to interact with, as you have to basically have have it on all the time. And I think actually probably we'll leave it at that for the time being. So I'm playing this quite a lot, so probably a lot more videos as interesting stuff happens and I get my gold. But for the time being, thanks for watching. See you again soon.